Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing my last two Hunter subclass builds. So today it is time for stasis. The first one, it uses prismatic, but it is mainly stasis and void, of course. So this uses Triton Vice, which increases glaive reload speed and melee damage when surrounded. Glaive melee final blows overflow around into the magazine, and glaive projectile final blows detonate in an explosion. So pretty much, since this season there's lots of glaives in this season, I'm using a glaive exotic. So for the subclass, we're doing prismatic with silence and squall, gambler's dodge, withering blade, magnetic grenade, stylish executioner, and winter shroud. The fragments are defeating targets afflicted with stasis or strand debuffs grants bonus light transcendence energy. So slowing a target and killing it will give light transcendence, which is common in this build. Collecting an elemental pickup or destroying a tangle grants transcendence energy of the same type, which works with this, which rapidly defeating targets with light or darkness damage or super final blows generates a matching elemental pickup. And then here, defeating targets with light damage grants melee, defeating targets with darkness damage grants grenade energy. And then freezing or suppressing a target increases weapon stability, aim assist, airborne effectiveness, and reloads your equipped weapons. And defeating frozen or suppressed targets creates a stasis shard or void breach depending on which one. For weapons, I did Fair Judgment, which is the legendary weapon from last season that you got from getting to rank 16 with Zavala, Drifter, or Lord Shax. So the perks, I have Rhyme Stealer and Onslaught, so kills increase rate of fire, and destroying a stasis crystal or frozen target gives frost armor. And this is stasis, so it works perfectly with the build. Next is Ecliptic Distaff, which is another one of those weapons from, this one is from Season of Defiance. So I use Replenishing Aegis and Destabilizing Rounds, which is perfect for the void aspect we have on, so you can be invis, and that works very well with the gauntlets. And then the exotic Winter Bite, which is also a glaive, but it's a power weapon glaive from Lightfall. So it fires, most glaives just shoot a little bullet or something. This one shoots a large, slow-moving ball of like stasis that goes towards targets and freezes them. The trait is that the melee does increased damage and slows targets when it's loaded with ammo. Armor. Helmet, I use Strength, Special Ammo Finder, Harmonic Siphon, and Heavy Ammo Finder. Gauntlets, I just used Firepower and Heavy-Handed. For chest armor, I used Strength, Stasis, and Void Reserves, and Harmonic Reserves, so double Stasis. Boots, I used Strength, Recuperation, Nervation, and Invigoration. Cloak, I used Strength, Recovery for Artifice, Reaper, Outreach, and another Reaper. For Artifact, I used, you can use any champion weapons you want. I used Deep Alchemy, it doesn't really matter. And then Volatile Marksman, so rapid void weapon precision hits and rapid void weapon final blows grant volatile rounds. And then while surrounded, machine guns and glaives gain increased reload speed and stability, and final blows heal you. That's good. Then King's Vestige, which is just for taken. And then Elemental Siphon, which is really good for elemental pickups, matching your super. Then Maligned Harvest, so you can apply Volatile, which creates a weakening burst. And then No Bell, Rapid Glaive Melee Final Blows grant special ammo glaives additional ammo. Blocking damage with glaives increases their melee damage to targets. Then Gold from Lead. And then Void Flux, defeating weakened targets applies Volatile to nearby targets, and powerful targets increase their radius. The next build is a stasis exclusive build instead of prismatic. This uses the new Hunter exotic Mask of Fealty. Withering Blade hits and bounces create a small stasis crystal and refund a portion of melee energy. Using Withering Blade to shatter crystals or frozen targets releases a spread of Withering Blades. So here we've got Silence and Squall, Withering Blade, then Glacier Grenade, then Winter's Shroud, and Grim Harvest. Then Fragments, Whisper of Fissures, Whisper of Fractures, Whisper of Conduction, Whisper of Rending, and Whisper of Bonds. So the weapons, same auto rifle, different perks, Rhyme Stealer same, but now Headstone instead of Onslaught. And then any special weapon you want here. I used an Area Denial Frame grenade launcher. And then Salvation's Grip. Now if you charge this up, they recently made a catalyst, but if you charge this up, it releases 6 stasis crystals if you fully charge it, and then you can shoot it uncharged to destroy the stasis crystals and create a big explosion. If you want, I think it's pretty nice. Instead of Salvation's Grip, you can use any other stasis exotic, like Conditional Finality even. You can use Vergless Curve. That's really good because it spawns stasis crystals, but it's a primary ammo weapon, so you can spawn as many as you want. So for helmet, I did Strength, Special Ammo Finder, Heavy Ammo Finder, Harmonic Siphon. Gauntlets, Strength, Heavy-Handed, Impact Induction, Focusing Strike. Chest Armor, Strength, Arc Resistance, Stasis Resistance. Leg Armor, Strength, Recuperation, Innervation, Invigoration. Cloak, Strength, Resilience for Artifice, Reaper, Outreach, and Reaper again. And then Artifice is the same thing since there's not much stasis stuff in the artifact. So those are all the stasis builds. Hunters don't have many stasis exotics, so it's hard to make builds. But if you like glaives and stasis crystals, then these builds are for you.